welcome back. So right now we're going to be looking at vertically opposite angles. And vertically opposite angles are any angles which are opposite to each other when two lines meet. So if we look at these first two, because these kind of angles cross a boundary that looks a bit like this, because they are directly opposite to each other, meaning that they essentially point at one another, that's what a vertically opposite angle is. And an important property of vertically opposite angles is that they are in fact equal. So we can use this to essentially help us solve future problems involving angles and make our lives a lot easier. So if we look at our first one, what is A degrees going to be equal to? Well, it's going to be equal to 63 degrees. And the reason we know that is if I draw a small diagram of these two angles intersecting, we have A over here, we have 63 degrees over here. And essentially what we can do is we can create a pair of straight lines. So if I draw a straight line over here, so this whole angle becomes 180 degrees, this one in the middle. What's going to happen is that we're going to have to measure what's the difference, what's our unknown here. Well, it's going to be the difference between 180 and 63, so this is going to be 117 degrees. Now, in order for this straight line, the one that is also in the middle, to be a straight line, that means that this angle A has to be equal to 180 minus 117, which is also equal to 63 degrees. Alright, so when these two angles meet, or these two lines meet, they create pairs of vertically opposite angles. You can probably guess that the line over here would also be equal, the angle over there would also be equal to 117 degrees. So if we look at B, what we have is A, what's it going to be equal to? Well, it's vertically opposite to 86, so it must be equal to 86 degrees. Alright, here's a couple for you guys to practice, so just give them a quick go, pause the video, and then I'll solve them. Alright, let's get going. So for our first one, C, we have A is going to be equal to 132 degrees because it's vertically opposite. And sometimes questions will require you to write that. You will write vertically opposite in brackets, explaining your reasoning why you believe these to be equal. And then for D, we have two vertically opposite angles again. One is 48 degrees, so A degrees must be equal to 48 degrees. Alright, super easy skill. It is very helpful and will be very useful for explaining more complex angle problems in the future. Okay, that's it for this video. Hope that was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.